Miszville Mavericks taking on the Espernon Enchanters in our final game of round 4. Last season's Elite Division meeting between these teams ended in a 3-1 victory for the Miszville Mavericks, thanks to touchdowns from Jeff Oberuvald, Johan Franz, and Hubert Dankworth. Magic Montgomery scored the consolation for the Enchanters in that game last season. Now, Enchanters coach Mark Bielsick has fashioned more of a free-scoring version of the team. In the Elite Division, the Enchanters have scored 5 touchdowns compared to just 3 at the same stage last season. And if you include cup competitions, this becomes 8 touchdowns to 4, although they have played one additional Howitzer Cup match compared to last season. Now, the Mavericks, under Victor Rage, are matching their touchdown scored count compared to last season with 6, but their defense is considerably worse. Rage's side have conceded 7 touchdowns this season in all competitions, and that is compared to just 1 conceded after the same number of matches in 24-93. So Viking Cop, you can really see where it's been going wrong for Miszville this season.
Yeah. Everywhere. And I would say that losing out on the great blitzer that they had in the last ones was actually very much looked upon like not of real help, but he was doing something. Don't you think so?
Well, the longer the sort of run goes on, I mean, it's not like Jack Oberwald is particularly pulling up too many trees at Vince Gore Defiant, but you kind of look at the Mavericks, who signed Mox Montague to replace Jack Oberwald, and they're doing worse. The Royals are doing worse without Mox Montague, and Defiant are doing worse with Jack Oberwald. So, is anyone a winner? Maybe the Espernon Enchanters.
The Enchanters probably, and the Celtics, because they always win. Boo! Boo!
A point of note for the Mavericks: 3 players miss this game through injury. George Fleisch, which is probably the headline piece, Jean Blag and Hank the Tank all missed this game through injury. I know Viking Cop, more than most, will be mourning the loss of George Fleisch.
Yeah, it's a low blow on my morale for this game, and I would that would put immediately the Enchanters as the favorite team in this matchup in my betting list.
So our final match of the evening, but of course there will be the small matter of the Bloodlines magazine reveal after this match is done. So don't go anywhere unless you have things to do, I suppose. In which case, probably do that.
No, don't do that. It is better. So the Enchanters fielding all the spikes and chains in the world. Look at this. I mean, this is the Hedgehog team. Also with fire.
They've been going well, the Enchanters, under Bielsick, haven't they? But I think it's fair to say they've been a less entertaining team than they were last season.
Yeah, they are a team who have traded results for fanciness and show likeness, which is good for some, but bad for others.
Now, a point worth that we didn't mention in the preview is the Enchanters director of Blood Bowl, Gaspain de Garibaldi, has called out Biff Tech the Ogre. He reckons he's had the data analysts on these, and he doesn't think Biff Tech is worth the money they're paying for him. So he's basically provided head coach Bielsick with something of an ultimatum. Start demonstrating the value of that Ogre, or he's going to be sold. Now, we're looking at the Enchanters roster. Where would you say the value of Biff Tech lies? Because historically, it hasn't been removals, has it?
Yeah, he hasn't had like anything But he has block and guard and all the good skills. And stand 5. And high armor. I mean, he has to play with highest armor in the team. So he should be doing stuff. Right?
You would think. Something else of note. Andrea Restrada is faster than he used to be.
Ooh, that's now a fast Restrada. Even a more dangerous player now.
That is your Enchanters lineup for this one. The Mavericks looking a little bit light on numbers for this game. Onions does play in this one. It's 3 blitzers with Fleisch missing out. Obervold, Montague and Dodley. Johan Franz with double movement up now. He's movement 8. Thrower.
That's a fast Franz. As fast as Restrada, to be fair.
Hubert Dank with the catcher. Filbert Hughes, the dirty player. Finn Farquad is the strip ball piece. We have the one halfling. And another Italian-sounding loner in Mason.
Mason.
Inducements, by the way, a wizard for the Mavericks, an assistant coach, a keg, and a biased referee. But no bench.
Biased referee is an interesting choice. The Mavericks are historically not a heavy fouling team. I mean, they are not scared of fouling like at all.
Unusual defensive setup from Rage here.
Yeah, asymmetric, trying to protect the halfling probably, as well as Montague. But I mean, his good players, or several of his good players, are going to be exposed to this.
I think I know why.
Oh, Mason is holding the back line. What a classic.
Masoni was
What a
late
classic.
for the
We've seen this
game.
before.
Oh, Biff Tech starting off with a bonehead. Jaspain de Garibaldi, he'll be making notes of that.
No knockdown on Filbert Hughes, who manages to hold the line. You can always trust a good dirty player.
Magic Montgomery with the knockdown on Filbert Hughes. No armor break. As Montgomery's less than stellar season.
Yeah, Montgomery is traded his signature bravery or bravado for some conservative play that I don't know if the fans are feeling like this is the way to go. The level of excitement in the grandstands have been decreased for sure.
How long until Masoni arrives in the game, do you think?
Give it a couple of turns until the Enchanters move a little bit forwards, and then Coach Rake realizes that he has a player remaining in the background.
So we're really getting stuck in on Morten Oya there with the knockdown on Christoph Schuff from Mox Montague. All of the guard locking itself together. Masoni.
Not even trying to dodge.
Masoni is a nervous boy.
And Mason is overseeing everything from the back of the pitch.
Oh,
Mark
chain
Damon
push
producing
here. That puts Johan Franz into a position where he can be blocked with Mighty Blow.
Biftech probably being requested to move forwards and provide an extra assist.
Here goes Biff.
Or not. What do I know about this game?
Biff Tech's going to be the front part of that cage by the looks of things. Ray Strada is going to move forward with the ball. And give it to Biff Tech. Oh my god.
Oh, look at this. That was unexpected. Biftech with the ball. And also, France was not blocked.
And Biff Tech simply catches it like it's nothing.
Okay, maybe his second skill was being good with the ball instead of just being around and doing nothing.
Blitz from Obervold as the Mavericks try to respond to this.
Onions is very confused at what the Ogre is doing.
He doesn't know what's going on over there.
We can totally understand that. And France manages to dodge away.
I wonder if we're trying to draw the wizard onto Biff Tech. It's hard for the wizard to frog zap a strength 5 player. Here goes Biff Tech with the ball. Would you believe it? Have we had a big guy touchdown in the Elite Division?
I think we had one.
The Rat Ogre scored. Nash got the first.
Who's Nash? Probably dead now.
Nash is dead now. That might be a sign as well.
Alright, that's going to be the blitz.
The Mavericks are offering no defense at all of this situation. Magic Montgomery is going to go for the half lane. Like the bully that he is.
Daisy target. Oh, he has changed all fanciness and wild play by, bullying weaker players around. He's gotten comfortable, actually.
Might be a chance here for Mox Montague to have a go at Magic Montgomery. That's a lot of names beginning with M.
Well, Macintosh is not here today.
Gets the knockdown on Magic.
Montgomery. Oh, that's going to be a foul. No, the dirty player is not ready for action. Well, that doesn't mean that we cannot foul him. Oh, that's a rush. And a snake? No. Farquaad is out.
He didn't re-roll that, and he's knocked himself out. Second KO of the game. No removals the other way.
Oh, that was a prime opportunity to get a hit on a big player.
I think we should just make sure that everyone's aware that Biff Tech may score this turn. Knockdown from Andrea Estrada on Johan Franz. Get a very useful KO on the thrower.
Oh, that's a battering from the Enchanters to the Mavericks. The Mavericks missing the presence of George Fleisch.
And here we go. Biff Tech scores. Eat that, Jasper and Garibaldi. Biff Tech gives the Enchanters the lead. Well, surely that'll be enough for the Garibaldi to change his mind.
Well, all the players from the Mavericks come back. And the Enchanters are also at full strength. Do we have a half drive for the offense of the Miszville lads?
That keg got back a halfling, so technically the keg was more expensive than the player it got back.
Well, there will be more chances for other players to have a sip of that keg.
Oh, a blitz for the Enchanters.
It's a blitz.
It's all going wrong for Miszville again. Magic Montgomery takes the blitz. Oh, 1 in 9, but gets a stun on Gilbert L. Wise. You know who I think the Mavericks miss? Guy Feely.
Oh, Guy Feely. Guy Feely was such a moral support.
All in the end zone.
Oh, that's been a hell of a kick for the Enchanters.
Considering they don't have the kick skill, that's a remarkable kick. That's a 1 in 9 against Zoltan Pepper. Onions is going to bonehead again. And Johan Franz is going to fail the pickup. He's only rolled a pair of ones.
Oh my goodness. Well, this could have been disastrous. Where is Montgomery? Montgomery decided not to push onwards during the blitz. And that's robbing him of the chance of scoring a touchdown. That's unbelievable.
The newly speedy Andrea Estrada. And here comes Montgomery. Gets the knockdown on Dankworth. And the break. And the KO on the catcher. This could be 2-0 in a hurry. Johan Franz has got so much to do here. Oh, and an injury this time. Hon Dudley is gone.
Dudley's body hard. The apple is not cold. Feels like the Mavericks may be in survival mode. A Beefsteak producing a block and no break. But that was to be
1 in 9.
expected. Oh, knockdown.
Oh,
1 in 9,
and
actually.
the Halfling gets the KO. Oh, but the Halfling's injured. That's a shame. Well, 2 SPP for Max Sanger in the end. As Harvey Red Radish is injured. That is a frog. Ray Strada. And Franz takes the blitz. And Ray Frogder is down. Well, it's a wizard on an offensive drive, which is never ideal, but needs must for Miszville right now. There's a lot of 3+ to even make this safe. The final one from Uberuvold gets there. One die knockdown from Masoni, the loner. Should open up a hit for Finn Farquad as well on Christoph Schiff. Down goes Gilbert L. Wise into a stun. Not the Mavericks' finest performance so far, is it?
Not really. But they hold on to the ball and they can still make it. It's turn 6.
I'm telling you, the
So they
Montgomery
will
of
have-
old would dive this cage.
Yeah, the Montgomery of old would dive this cage and do all kinds of funny stuff. But the Montgomery of now does not even knock Jeff very well down. He would probably base the ball.
Yeah, Montgomery of now rolls double push. Pressure on the ball.
Yeah, but that only means
Lots of
that
pressure.
Franz is going to dodge away, most likely.
Biff Tech with an armor break. He's having a great game. There goes Franz.
Franz running for the hills.
Onions finds
And
the
that's the
knockdown.
blitz from Onions.
He's going to go and try and base Lucas Albion best he can. Dodge from Mox Montague.
Oh, that's a good defense. That's a good screen. And maybe the last reroll is going to be secured. Yes, the Mavericks have gone through.
Perhaps an overcommitment from
rolls-
BL16.
Yeah, there was a lot of real pressure. The pressure was coming from the wrong side for the Mavericks. And now I think he's in scoring range.
Magic Montgomery with the knockdown on Filbert Hughes. Again, doesn't find an armor break.
Feels like the Enchanters are looking for more damage, which is fair. Oh, look at who rolled the one.
Biff Tech with a perhaps crucial bonehead. And there's a blitz from Lucas Albion to go and base the ball.
Ooh, questions being asked to France.
Oh, and a dodge from Mortonoya.
Oh,
I'm not
very
sure
spicy.
what that adds. Other than making Mox Montague's life a bit more difficult, it was still going to be a dodge for Oberovold anyway. Onions has an opportunity for a punch here. Mox Montague's going to take the blitz. And presumably Franz is going to take a dodge. Montague finds a KO on Christoph Schiff.
That's removal of Montague.
Oh, there goes Franz. And Franz is going to score.
Rolling a 4. Rolling a 4? This is probably wrong.
But he rolls a 4 to make the score 1. I'll allow it. Franz equalizes for the Mavericks.
Chance for the one-turn play from the Enchanters.
Well, they've got the speedy Ray Strada now. With his movement up. A solid defense is going to put an end, in theory, to this one-turn attempt from the Enchanters. Not really seeing how that one's going to happen now.
Doesn't look like it. Strade instantly punching his opponent in the face.
There's Montgomery a 1-die on onions. There's also a 2-die in there for...
He's going to have a 2-die probably.
Rigoni. Yeah, that will allow an opportunity for a 2-die block. Biff Tech
Oh,
with the
right,
blitz.
that
So
was
he
the blitz.
re-rolls the blitz.
Finds the knockdown on Mason, who hasn't seen much game, especially in the beginning of it.
Montgomery takes down Onions, but Onions is perfectly fine. Might be a foul here from downtown, really. Hewitt Schiffer, former Vince Gore Defiant lineman. You might remember Hewitt the Dirty. He's been signed by the Espernon Enchanters from the free agent list, and he's been sent off. On his debut,
Yeah, the
Hewitt
ref-
Schiffer, immediately gone.
The ref did not like him jumping onto Onions, who is a fan favorite. That's a 1-die knockdown with Tech. Montague showing him how it's done. Oh, there's going to be a foul.
Yeah,
There's
player
going to be
needs
a
to make a
foul.
dodge. Going to be a blitz on Magic Montgomery. Oh, finds the pow, does Jeff O'Berryvold. There goes Filbert Hughes for the foul on Biff Tech. And it's stuck. Half time is 1-1 here. Finely balanced game. A somewhat shoestring Miszville Mavericks squad. Given all they've got here, but the Enchanters do look like the stronger team, don't they?
Well, they are up in numbers, 2 right now. But, I mean, can be a long drive, and even if it's not, the Mavericks can score mid-drive and then make it very difficult for the Enchanters to come back with 2 touchdowns. Under scrutiny, okay.
So it's any
So
foul
that's-
by
this-
the Enchanters is an auto send
I think it's bad for the Enchanters. So it was not bad for the Enchanters already to have a biased referee in play. Now the referee is completely biased.
Oh, and an injury. Big hit from Hubert Dankworth.
Well, numbers down to 3 up, and that's how it's done. Onion showing how to get things, and you get a knockdown and no break. That's very beef techy. It's going to be probably Montague making the blitz here. On Albion, Albion goes down. That's fine.
Montague is just not getting it done in a Maverick shirt, is he?
Yeah, it seems that the mojo that he had last season with the Royals is truly gone. He had a good game last week, but that was all.
Johan Franz there forgetting he had extra movement now.
Nice fight in chat between Steam Mittens and Incesticide.
That was a
On
double
the
skull.
discussion on who's the best ogre.
Magic Montgomery with the
Yeah.
double skull, but gets the KO on
Finding
the
the
reroll.
KO. Reopening the gap in number of players. 2 up for the Enchanters. This is 10 versus 8 right now. 10 versus 7.
Yeah,
We
Onions
count
is gonna
Onions.
bonehead there. Here goes Montague again. Christoph Schuff, the target this time. They should have kept Jack Oberwald.
Oh, you said that, not me. You said that.
Franz moving backwards with the ball. The Mavericks perhaps playing for time a little bit here as they try to find a removal. But the linemen are having a really good game for the Enchanters. As is Biff Tech, who's arguably having his finest game in an Enchanters jersey, and there's very little argument about it.
There's some pressure on the ball, potentially from Restrada, who decides to push forwards.
Honestly, I am more and more convinced that they would get more breaks, the Enchanters, if they let Andrea Restrada do the blitzing. I'm just convinced of it.
Yeah, I think that Montgomery's special trick is more on cage diving rather than removing players.
They've skilled the players the wrong way.
Albion's gonna be the target. Ooh, good use of pro. And I wonder what's going to happen now. Is this going to be a handoff?
And Franz are going to go for the handoff to Dankworth.
He's
dropped it. Oh, no.
Oh, my God. Dankworth. Oh, this play. This play was a risky one. Did he won in 90?
He did. Well, he won in... It was a 4+, right? So he won in 4.
So having the mark on him costed him.
Magic Montgomery still does not get anything done. Dankworth goes down, and Dankworth eats a stun from Lorenzo Dragoni.
But that's a terrible position for the Mavericks.
Yeah, this is looking great.
Ball is loose.
I mean, Restrada could score right now.
It can be a pickup and handoff. Yeah, definitely.
1 in 9 there from Zoltan Pepper.
Yeah,
Here goes
wait.
Lucas Albion's going to go for the pass to Andrea Restrada. Gets it done. The catch is good. And Andrea Restrada's going to score. The Enchanters have stolen the lead of the match.
Well, there's no time now for the Mavericks to stretch the rubber and lose time.
Not many people expected this sort of form from a Mark Bielsa team after the, well, let's face it, the disastrous season for the Quintex City Assassins last season. But maybe it was just the Assassins. Maybe there's more to Bielsa than we got to see coaching that Dark
Another
team.
deep kick.
Biftek has been absolutely on it with these kicks. And Johan Franz has a knife.
This is a knife. Nice.
Fox Montague is going to try and find a gap around the side.
Oh, Restrada's down. Restrada's down. Restrada's in, but down. There's going to be a passing play. I smell it.
Yeah, that's where we're going here, isn't it?
Going to be a long pass.
Going for the pickup. He's rolled a 1 on the pickup. He's rolled a 6 on the pickup. That's on brand.
1 and a 6. We are back on point. That's a good pass.
There you go. Great pass.
Got the ball now.
Oh, and an injury there. Big
the
hit.
one die knockdown.
That was Finn
From
Farquhar.
Farquhar. Oh, Farquhar packs a punch when he wants.
Is there any way to stop Hubert Dankworth from scoring here? It's a big push from the Miszville Mavericks. Magic Montgomery gets the knockdown and the break. And a third KO of the match for Montgomery. None of this is particularly getting Hubert Dankworth's way. That is a bit more like it from Lorenzo Dragoni. All the rushes working out for Bielsa here. Dankworth's going to go backwards. Are we going to try and switch to the other side of the field?
It feels like the old switcheroo.
Onions with the blitz. On Lucas Albion. Onion's just marking space for the time being. That is a failed dodge. And an Apo. On what was a KO on Jeff Uberivold. He's down.
Montague not looking in a great spot. And Biftek confused after this play. Montague being potentially shorted.
Yeah, it's going to be a surf on Mox Montague. He's off the field. But it has used
There
up
is
some
no
resource. That's 3 Enchanters players who've been used up in making that play. Because Biftek was activated as well. And now there's more Enchanters players going down the left-hand side. If the Mavericks are planning to switch. Armor breakers and a KO's very useful there. Masoni is gone. Estrada gets up. And Johan Franz does not use his knife, but just takes a blitz on his fellow thrower, Lucas Albion. And is Dankworth going to go through the middle or to the sideline? He's going to go all the way to the sideline. Is the catcher. Good dodge from Gilbert L. Wise as well. And a couple of rushes for good measure. As the Mavericks try to find this equaliser. Turn this game into a draw.
They could score in turn 15, but there is still something to say from the Enchanters here.
Here goes Magic Montgomery. He's going to try and free up his teammate. Gets the 1 in 9. And the stun on Finn Farquhar. Christoph Scherf looking to base up. And Louis Tabard de Carcassonne goes and stands right in Dankworth's way. Estrada's so fast now. Failed dodge from Zoltan Pepper. Gets it on the reroll. And a couple of rushes. I have to say, the Enchanters' rushes have been insanely on point. There's a stab from Johan Franz. But Dankworth's already activated.
Why?
Dankworth can't move. He's already activated.
What's happening there?
I'm going to pause for a moment and sort of reveal what did happen there. So what happened, I think, was the old... I'm trying to work out what to do with my turn. I'm going to click on Dankworth. I'm going to declare that he might want to do a handoff. I'm then going to cancel that. I'm then going to go and do something else. I'm going to do the stab with Johan Franz. And then I'm going to do the handoff with Dankworth or something like that. Having already declared the handoff with Dankworth, once we went and did something else, Dankworth's activation's done. You can't go back. This is the new way of doing things. It's not like Blood Bowl 2 where you could try that stuff and then think, oh, no, I can't do that. I'll go back. It was a fairly textbook. I'm going to activate this player and declare one of the 5 activations at the bottom of the screen. And then, oh no, I'm going to change my mind. I'm going to do something different. And try and come back to him later. And yeah, can't do that. So Dankworth stuck on the sideline.
Oh, this reeks of a swerve.
That is not looking good as Lucas Albion goes forward into scoring range. There is not a sack on Hubert Dankworth. But there's still a blitz available. Magic Montgomery is going to attempt to get it done. 3 dice block. And with tackle, we will get the sack on Hubert Dankworth. Looking for the ball to go in the crowd. It goes into the hands of Zoltan Pepper. Viking Cop gets his magnet hands.
Yes. And Biftek decides not to show who is the best ogre. Probably.
Dodge from Johan Franz. He's going to fail on the 1 in 9. And the Mavericks are going to lose this game. So we're looking for damage before we're looking for the 3-1. We're going to give Biff Tech a go at his Ogre counterpart. Can we make this a 3 dice? He's got a bonehead anyway.
No.
There's the knockdown. Dragoni gets it done.
Dragoni. The second Lorenzo of tonight.
Hand off to Magic Montgomery, who I think is going to make the pass and play to the
But
thrower.
who's the better pass? Who's the better passer here?
Montgomery gets it done.
Oh, Montgomery did it.
And Lucas Albion scores. Pulling off his helmet that he's not wearing. And the Enchanters move up. Tied on point with the Celtics and the Quicks. Another win for Espernon. A tricky season for the Miszville Mavericks. Continues where it left off, really. MVP, more SPP for Andrea Restrada. And Pon Dudley, who didn't do anything at all, gets the MVP for the Miszville Mavericks.
Yeah, it was difficult to choose for an MVP for the Mavericks for sure, this game. Unfortunately for the team of Rick, they failed. And that's pretty much it.
I mean, they were missing players coming into the game, but yeah, it's just they're out of the Howitzer Cup. It's not going well in the Elite Division for the Mavericks. You don't really feel like they're going to get relegated. I think they'll find the results. They'll not be in that relegation scrap. You don't really have any concerns about them in that sense. But at the moment, it is just not quite happening for Victor Rage's team. On the handoff issue, Serge, I don't know if it's like because you some people have their handoff like set to every time you activate the ball carrier, it auto chooses handoff. So you can presumably select your ball carrier, try some things, and then deselect it. But if randomer hasn't got that selected, and then I think declares a handoff action, you've then declared the handoff action, and the game thinks you want to do a handoff at that point. But I think that's the deal. I'm not sure. Well, Viking Cup, 4 games done, round 4 done, and I think it's probably time to check in on the Elite Division League table. Would you agree?
I would agree, although I don't like the sight of it. On my side.
That's not it, for whatever reason. Hold the phone.
Oof,
that's
so
the
close.
old version. There is a new version. Definitely made one. I think, bear with me. Let's go back to the main screen. I think what's happened is I finished the work. I then haven't exported the work. So bear with me. I'll go and export that now, and then we'll bring that back up. That is mildly annoying, to say the least. But only mildly so. Yes, can confirm there is an updated version. I knew I'd done this work. I just didn't think to export it. Let's try that again. Here's your league table. All is right with the world in the ZFL because the Tall Lithuanian Celtics are back at the top of the table. It's only on touchdown difference, and there are 2 teams up there with them. The Espernon Enchanters have 10 and a touchdown difference of +5. The Quetzalcoatlus, who've had a really strong season so far, dropped to 3rd, but they are by no means out of this race so far. Then, as it stands at the moment, basically everybody else is in the relegation scrap. Incredibly, after 4 games, there is a 5-point gap between 3rd and 4th.
Oh, this is so silly.
So it's Boozers on 5, and they've moved from, let's get this straight, the Boozers went up from 11th to 4th with one 4-0 victory. So the Boozers are now 4th, Bozos 5th, and Sartosa Deccan 6th, all on 5 points. Then it's the Rangers on 4, who actually haven't lost a game, but they also haven't won a game. The Mavericks also on 4. Then it's Defiant on 3, the Red Squigs on 3, the Desperados slip into the relegation zone on 3. But it must be said that the Desperados have faced all of the top 3. They don't have to face any of those teams anymore. So maybe the Desperados form could pick up. And the Royals still at the bottom, but certainly within touching distance after that draw with the Sartosa Deckhands. Some people asking in chat, how did the Boozers win 4-0? Welcome to the ZFL. Dwarfs win 4-0 here. Dwarfs win 4-2 here. This isn't the first Dwarf team to score 4 touchdowns in a game this season. This is how we roll around these parts.
This table is hilarious.
It's really, really, really stupidly close, isn't it? The Rangers don't know whether to lock up or down.
Everything is close. The top, the head is close. The mid and bottom is close. The Radiants are fairly in the middle.
Matchups for round 5, which of course will be next week's show. The Boozers face the Royals once again, having just knocked them out of the Howitzer Cup. So suddenly the match that was 11th versus 12th is now 4th versus 12th. The Celtics face the Mavericks in a repeat of the title showdown from last season. But the Celtics will fancy their chances quite a bit, even though they are missing Pontus Budabus and Kyogo Lagarda for that game. And of course, George Fleisch will be back for the Mavericks. So maybe they can get their season back on track with a win there. Vinscore Defiant take on the Tor Lithanel Rangers. Then we have the battle between the newly promoted teams. They're not really newly promoted anymore, but they're still the promoted teams. As the Desperados take on the Red Squigs. The old relegation 6-pointer there. That's a big game. The Enchanters face the Bozos, which in normal money would be... Enchanters would be quite confident of a win in that game, but the Bozo... There's something in the Bozo cereal this season.
The serial killers, you mean?
Yeah, nice work. The Quicks face the Deckhands. Yeah, the table's looking a little bit different to last season, but there's obviously still a long way to go. The Celtics are still at the top, but they do seem to have 2 challengers hot on their heels.
The Celtics put in both the strongest offense and defense of the entire league.
That's how you win championships.
Yeah, indeed.